Live from Hickory, it's country-ish. Alan!
Just a country boy, and he's making it good. He was y'all's underdog, dressed in beer overalls, living next to the wood. He liked to eat the sushi, but he don't even fish. Not so much a country boy, it's more like he's country-ish. Moved out of Hickory and headed for Southern Cal. Wound up in TV and film, making popsicle proud. Now this country boy is back with his family. Got himself a podcast, he knows it'll last, 'cause he's in Hickory.
That's right. I am from Hickory, and I'm happy about it. I hope you're happy, no matter where you are. What up, bumpkins? You're about to watch and or listen to episode 105 of Country-ish, and we have I'm excited too. We have a very slippery, sharp, smart, hard show for you today. We're talking Kid Rock, Hillbillies in the Holler. We're going to play Is It Legit or Bullshit with RENO COLLIER. And there's a wizard in New Zealand who lost his job. What? Right. You're going to want to watch that. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode. This is normally where I would say we are live right now on Facebook and YouTube, but I don't want to lie to you. This is pre-recorded. See, I'm on the road. But we're going to pretend today is November the 30th, okay, because that's when we're going to push this out. But it ain't live. But don't let that deter you from hitting the share button, because every time you hit the share button, it helps us out. We grow a little bit. I'm still going to ask you a question, though, and I do have one intern over here who will look at the comments later on. Actually, I don't know what your use is today. If you're not live, you can't see the comments. But we did always encourage you guys to leave a comment. I'll ask you a question, and you put this in the comment section. When do you put up Christmas decorations? I mean, do you do it before Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving? Do you do it December 1st? Do you do it the 23rd? When do you do it? I want to know. Leave in the comments section. And then I'll go back, look at them, and give you a shout out on the following podcast, if that makes any sense. So, for example, last week when we were live, I'm going to read 3 comments that you guys left. So here we go. Here's one by Matt Wolf. He said, watching you guys eat Mexican fast food is strangely satisfying. That must be the allure behind a mukbang, because that's what me and Reno did. We went to a Mexican place, had Oscars. It was great. And I'm a lip smacker. Even though I got no lips, I can smack them pretty hard. And that was great. We'll do more. Usually that's Mimosa's thing. Justin Hansey, we all know Justin Hansey. He said, can you show the clips from which your residual check comes from? That's a good point. I bet you we could do that. So maybe the next time we play this residual check game, Alan, you'll have everything I've ever been in, and you can just play a 5-second little clip or something like that. That's a good idea, Justin Hensey, and we're going to incorporate your idea. Thank you. Lisa Jackson, she said, make your own beer. Reapers, Peepers, beer. That's a great idea, Lisa Jackson. In fact, my intern Isaiah informed me before the show that you have a beer-making kit, yes?
Yeah, I have a beer-making kit.
Now, how old are you again?
20. Mm-hmm. And I got the beer-making kit when I was like 17. So,
have you ever made beer yet?
No.
Okay. Do you? Is it illegal to have a beer-making kit before you're 21? Probably not. I don't know.
I have no clue. I'm assuming it is illegal. I got it as a Christmas present. From? My mom.
Oh, see? So she's cool with it.
Yeah, she's cool with it.
Maybe you should make some country-ish beer. You know what I mean? I've never made beer, but that'd be a good thing to do. So work on that. Maybe something like a ginger beer. Maybe something with notes of hickory in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be creative. make us a beer. Those were comments from last week, so leave a comment. When do you put your Christmas decorations up? And we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. Let me introduce the man sitting across the table from me right now. Very tall guy. He's one of my best friends. He's also kind of a legend in the NBA. He used to play little b-ball, little round ball for the Charlotte Hornets back when there was Muggsy Bogues and Spud Webb and Kelly Tripucka and maybe Rambus. Were you around for Kurt Rambus?
He's a little bit older.
I'm talking about the Southeastern man of mystery, Mr. Sebastian.
Good to be here, brother. Good to see you again.
Thanks for driving all the way up here from Florida just to be with me today.
Just to be with you.
Now, as we're talking, we haven't had Thanksgiving yet, but when this comes out, Thanksgiving has already happened. So I'll ask you briefly, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What did you do for Thanksgiving? When do you put the decorations up?
Going to my mother's, and my kids are coming for Thanksgiving lunch.
Very nice.
That's about it, and I'll try to entertain myself for the rest of the evening at whatever may be open.
Yeah.
From the Waffle House to the Hooters to the wherever.
What do you guys have a normal routine of what kind of food you eat for a Thanksgiving lunch? Is turkey too heavy for a lunch?
I don't think it is.
I don't either.
I don't think it is. We'll probably have the traditional turkey and ham, chicken and dumplings sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love chicken and
I
dumplings.
do too.
Jason said Cracker Barrel does a nice little thing where you can order a Thanksgiving sort of meal and just get it to go, so you don't have to cook or anything. I bet you that's pretty good too. Favorite dessert for Thanksgiving?
Chocolate pie. I don't do the pumpkin pie. I don't do the pecan.
I think either one's acceptable.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't do any of those, but I'm a chocolate pie guy.
Yeah, nothing wrong with chocolate pie. I'm a pecan pie guy, but that's not always been the case. I've only developed my love for pecans in the last 10 years or so. I'm turning into my dad.
Oh,
because he loved them, and now I'm starting to get there. But chocolate pie, you can't go wrong with that either. Did you see this Reese's Cup pie?
Yeah, but I'm a Reese's Cup fan, but I think that's a little overwhelming.
I agree.
I mean, that's too much.
Too much, too thick, too rich. You can't eat. I mean, they're the perfect size now.
Yeah. You got to stay with this king size Reese's. 4 is a max.
Exactly. Although I've been known to you take an Ambien. Right? You let that thing sit in about 40 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
You can eat a lot of Reese's Cups and even know it.
Is that an Ambien cookbook that just came out? Things you can eat more of with Ambien.
Yeah, right. 100%, because I'll wake up sometimes, there'll be wrappers on the floor. And I don't
Link
remember.
below so you can order that off the affiliate website.
When do you put Christmas decorations
Well, I'll
up?
be honest, I haven't put Christmas decorations up in years. Yeah. But I still have
Traditionally, what about Mom?
Day after Thanksgiving, stuff like that.
Yeah. I think that's the normal time to do it after Thanksgiving.
I might put some up this year. They're still up. I never take them down. I just take I just pick the tree up and take it upstairs and set it down.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
That's a smart thing. If you have that kind of space, why would you ever take it apart?
You don't have to take it apart. Then you put it right back together, drop it right back down. Now you're good.
If you have a gigantic attic and lots of space, I would never undecorate it.
That's right.
I would just unplug it.
Unplug it.
That's smart, dude.
Yeah.
My dad hung the Christmas tree one year. I've talked about this before, where there's a little hook in the corner, and he just thought he'd hang it. But that's genius. We got plenty of time for Christmas talk, but it's good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Let's get right to our first segment. Are you good over here?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm about to introduce the next segment. Are you ready? Yep. All right. I love you, man. All right. So what I do here is I go to Twitter, I click on your hashtag, and I see what's trending. What are people talking about? It's how you know we're in the know. See? It's a segment that I like to call, it also has a theme song. Ooh, it's the best trends. Is what you're talking about. I didn't know when you were going to hit it.
I was waiting until
after.
I
didn't. Yeah. Anytime you can, I'll never get mad at you for hitting that button too soon.
Yeah.
Because it's a positive thing. Now, if it's a boo, I mean, it might be appropriate sometimes. But anyway, all right. So look, since we're not live, it's hard to know what is exactly trending on the 30th of November, since it hasn't technically happened yet for us. But what I did do is I go to this website, man. And, there's national holidays for everything, right? Every day there's a national holiday.
Yep.
There's too many of them. I call it irrational national holidays. Because look, on November 30th, look how many days there are. You've got National Personal Space Day, which I feel like after COVID, where we've been separated 6 feet from each other, quarantined, that we're over this.
Yeah.
Although I do like personal space.
Yeah.
I don't like people getting up in my business. Some people don't have personal space. Have you ever met someone who doesn't understand?
Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
a close talker?
I actually seen a video of you recently. Somebody showed me a video at a bar of you, and somebody got in your personal space.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't talk to you about this, but I saw it. I need to save it.
Can you? Is it something we can talk about?
Well, it was a drunk female.
Okay.
And
got up in my business.
She rolled up on you and was trying to hug you, take a kick. I don't know. It looked like she's trying to kiss the back of your neck. I'm not sure, but
was this at Newton?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she was like doing something. Yeah.
And then you made the wax on move.
Yeah.
Then you boxed her out. I was like, basketball star.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that
good
one
defense.
I
Good
didn't.
defense.
I know the video you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't see her coming.
No, she slipped
But
up.
when I felt her presence, then it was
I felt like it was some of that old school ninja stuff that you.
Yeah. I still got it.
Still got it. It's muscle memory, isn't it?
It is muscle memory. I am always in that space.
Yeah.
Always be prepared. It's called yellow-minded. You're always looking, what are the potential threats at any given, who's on my six?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. It's ninja thinking.
Yeah.
You're right. So happy National Personal Space Day, everybody. It is also National Mason Jar Day.
That's a good one. We should have done that one.
Yeah, well, I like mason jars. We use those all the time. I like to drink out of them. But did you know that so it was invented for preserving food, right? This guy named John Landis Mason from New Jersey made home canning safe. The Young Tinsmith's patent, it's patent number 22186, for an improvement in screw neck bottles, and now we drink corn whiskey out of it. So happy National Mason Jar Day. It is also National Moose Day. What do you think of that? You ever use moose?
Oh, you're talking about moose. I
Well,
thought
see-
you was talking about the moose like I
Oh,
can't read it.
right.
I was doing a moose, yeah.
So many ways to take that. You're right. Wait a second.
Nope, I didn't read
We
it.
are both wrong.
Yeah, that's moose.
The dessert. It's National Mousse Day, the actual like chocolate mousse. It says, what can we say about mousse? The word mousse in French means foam. Typically, we whip egg whites or cream and make mousse. Depending on the type of mousse, its consistency can vary from light to airy to thick and creamy. But when I hear the word mousse,
You
the
think
first
of
thing
hair
I think
product.
of is the hair foam.
They still call it mousse?
No,
What
that's the thing. No one calls it that.
They call it product now, don't they?
Yeah, thank you. When I moved to California, and I was talking to a friend of mine about putting stuff in my hair, I said, "Do you got any gel?" Or I said mousse. He goes, "What?" He goes, "You mean product?" I'm like, "Product?"
Yeah.
I never heard it called product. So I guess product is an umbrella statement that could include gel and mousse or cream or whatever the consistency. But I don't like saying I got product in my hair because that could also sound like something else. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I'll read between the
could be
lines
foamy,
on that. Could
creamy.
Could be sticky.
What are you
Like
laughing at?
Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
And there's some about Mary where she has her
Exactly
hair
right.
sticking up.
That was product. So I don't like saying that I got product in my hair. Although I like to feel that my prostate is good enough to reach my head. But it's not. Also, happy National Meth Awareness Day.
Now, this is a good day. We
Yeah.
should all be more aware of meth.
I mean, I feel like I'm aware every dang day because it's turning into a crisis, isn't it? Methamphetamines. Even when you say that word, it's hard not to say that word and sound like you're drunk or on meth. Say that word real fast.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah. It sounds like you're already kind of messed up. Happy Computer Security Day. Happy Stay at Home Because You're Well Day. Happy National Mississippi Day. Now, I like this one. Every state gets its day, and it is National Mississippi Day. How did you learn to spell Mississippi?
M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I.
That's right. Now, did you know that, Isaiah?
Yeah, that's how
I didn't know if they were
learned
still
it.
teaching that in schools.
Yeah, they still teach that in school.
I like it. The Mississippi River flows into the Gulf of Mexico along with the western boundary of the state and derives its name from the oh my gosh, Ojibwe. What is that word? Ojibwe. Do you see it? Keep going right there. All right, the Mississippi River flows into the Gulf. What? Ojibwe word. Mississippi. Which means Great River. I never knew that.
That's a good Indian tribe, though, Ojibwes.
Okay, it's got to be that, right? Or it could be French. It can't be French. Although, no, that's Louisiana. I take it back. Anyway, happy National Mississippi Day. Right? All right, what else? Is there another day? Oh, also, happy National Day of Giving. But I feel like we just had Thanksgiving. It's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. That's what it is. All right, so those are the days. Now, what was trending sort of today, it's, the 24th, but when we got in here, I saw that Kid Rock was trending. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? He's got a new song out called Ain't Nobody Gonna Tell Me How to Live. And it's kind of interesting. I agree with the words. I agree with the sentiment. But the video, I mean, if Alan, you can play it while I talk over it. The video, it looks like, I mean, he's got to be 50, right? I mean, he's got to be my age. I'm 49. I mean, is he my age? Is he younger than me or older than me?
I'm sure the intern Isaiah is.
Isaiah,
I'm Googling it.
How old is Kid Rock?
I'd say he's 52.
He is 50.
He's
Really?
50. Okay.
Yep.
Well, he's exactly like our age. So look, I feel like he's time hasn't changed for him. Like this video looks like he thinks it's still 95, 96. The lyrics, it kind of looks like they shot it on a green screen in his backyard. Like he wrote the song. He's like, we got to get this out now. We don't have time to go to the studio. We don't have time to go to the record label. We'll shoot it in my house, in my backyard. The lyrics are perfect. These words, it's like he wrote it in 5 minutes. I agree with some of them, but I mean, there's lots of F-bombs in here, Mom. But I will tell you one chorus or one line, a couple lines that he wrote that I don't agree with.
He's bringing back that big rope chain, too.
Got the big rope chain?
You think those are extensions in his hair now, or you think he's still got that hair?
That's a good question, because it looks pretty thin and greasy. So I would say that's his hair. No, I like Kid Rock. I'd like to meet Kid Rock. I'll be in Nashville. I hope to meet him. He's got his own bar, too. But, I don't think those are extensions. I think that's his hair. Why would you – if you were going to put fake hair in, why would you choose that hair? You know what I mean? I don't think it's fake. And then the one he's wearing shorts and his socks are pulled up. I don't understand his look. And that's fine because he is kind of us. He's country-ish.
Yep.
Sometimes he's country. Sometimes he's rock. Sometimes he's rap. I know what he is. He's like the modern day – well, not the modern day, but he's a little bit younger version of Ted Nugent. Yeah. If Ted Nugent dabbled in rap at all.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like those guys are good friends. And this guy, I don't know who this guy is in the song, but he's the one that says, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. That's his thing. And I don't know who he is, but
this is the best part right here.
Yeah. He's on a rocket ship
with a handgun.
Middle finger, and he's got a handgun shooting people as he goes off to another planet in outer space. And I like this dude. He's like a white Jason Momoa a little bit. He looks like a wrestler. I don't know who he is.
Redneck Aquaman, huh?
Yeah. And then here goes Kid Rock out to outer space on his middle finger rocket ship. Anyway, here's what I agree with a lot of the words in here, the sentiment, like I said. but there's one I didn't. He goes, because I'm more outrageous than the Vegas Strip. You're like Mayberry, bitch. I'm hard and crisp. Now, what's wrong with Mayberry? Don't be picking on Mayberry. But I get what he's trying to say. High risk hillbilly, but I'm filthy rich. You're like Milli Vanilli, kind of silly and shit. I'm like Shotgun Willie smoking Phillies and shit. Now, you just can't say shit twice.
It rhymes.
Well, yeah, the same word rhymes with itself, sure. But I feel like you got to mix. You can't just put the same. I don't like it when.
It's kind of like when a preacher says a verse and then or says something and it's amen 50 times after till he gets the next verse. That's kind of.
Yeah, it's cheating. Yeah. It's not creative. Yeah. And that's what I feel like some of these lyrics are not that creative. That's why I think he wrote it in 5 minutes and said, it's a masterpiece. I'm done with it. I'm a moonshine sipper, straight slipping in the darkness. Far from heartless, I'm more like the sharpest. Tool in the shed, no, I've never been the smartest. But make no mistake, I hit the effing hardest. Devil without a cause, you heard me scream it. And 20 years later, bitch, I still effing mean it. Bucka, you ain't never met a mother trucker like this. Kiss my ass, then you can suck a D sideways. Or my way or the highway. Listen, it's like nothing's changed. It's like he's 20-something all over again. It's 1995. Again, I agree with the words, but, he makes fun of millennials. Ain't nothing new. Right church, wrong pew. Get a clue, accrue. Your fake news and views can all get the bottom of my mother effing shoe. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Kid Rock, on your new song. I hope to meet you when I'm in Nashville.
Let's hang out at the farm.
Yeah, dude. Let's do that. All right. So that's what was trending when we came in here. Now, at this point, I would usually look over at Isaiah and go, any comments so far? But we're not live, so I have to resist that urge. But you know what I did when I was working with RENO COLLIER? So I did some gigs with RENO COLLIER, and we have to eat, and we did a mukbang. Oh. And it was great. That was on last episode. But I had me and RENO get along so good that I want to make him a part of this podcast somehow. So I'm going to have him zoom in from time to time as much as he can and do either a sports segment or some sort of because in this mukbang, I asked him, I said, what's the origin of this restaurant? It was called Oscars. And he started telling me this long story. And I believed him. He goes, I just made that up. So I thought, like, that would be a good segment. Yeah. He's a good liar. I said, we should do a segment called Is It Legit or Is It Bullshit? And that's what we did. So check out this segment with RENO COLLIER. And here he is right now, all the way from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, my second home, Mr. RENO COLLIER. How are you?
I'm good. You know exactly where I am, don't you?
Yeah, that whole upper floor is mine, dude. I was up there for 2 days. You got a nice house.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, so look, we were hanging out. We had a good time together doing shows, and we did a mukbang, and I'm not sure when or where that's airing, but you and I went to eat at a really nice Mexican place called Oscars. And when we were sitting there eating in the car, I just casually asked you, well, who's Oscar? Is this a family? Do you know anything about the Oscars? And then you proceeded to tell me a long, drawn-out, detailed story about Oscars and where they come from and the type of peppers or whatever. And you did it so convincingly that I was actually kind of upset when you told me you were just kidding.
Yeah.
Because it was so good.
I can make stuff up better than I can remember actual stories.
Yeah, that's a great skill, which is why I wanted to do this segment with you. We both love sports. We watched some college football together. I wanted to do some sort of segment with you. We talked about this. We both love sports. Why not do a sports segment, but also incorporate your talent at making stuff up? So I thought we should do this day in sports history, but is the story legit or is it bullshit?
Right.
And
legit or bullshit?
Legit or bullshit. And I believe you've got some stories for me today to figure this out, right?
Yes. Okay. And these are actual events, but you're going to decide,
Okay.
Which one is he?
Gotcha.
All right. In 1878 was the first rugby match that was held under floodlights between Broughton and Swinton. And Mark Price was the first rugby player ever to be killed during a game.
Okay, Broughton
right.
in 1878. Yeah,
1878, and he was the first player to be killed. Right.
Okay.
And it says here they didn't. There's like little things underneath, but he didn't go to the hospital, and they tried to anyway. 1975, the Cincinnati Reds win Game 7 at Fenway Park, and the MVP of the game is number 14, Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose.
Oh, the MVP was Pete Rose. Okay, 1975. Right. Gotcha.
And the last one, 1997. Wayne Gretzky's wife, Janet, was knocked unconscious after a plexiglass wall falls on her during the game, leaving her head bloody and eventually stitched up.
Okay, this is great. I'm mostly a football dude. None of these are football, but I do remember things in history, especially when I was alive. So I do remember Wayne Gretzky's wife. God, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm not having a false memory. I think I remember this happening. Plate glass hitting her, and she was hot. Like she was she was an actress too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, of course, Wayne Gretzky's
daughter.
Yeah.
His daughter is married to Dustin Johnson, the golfer.
Yeah,
yeah, and she's not hard to look at either.
Yeah, they made some good offspring, huh? Okay, yeah. Well, so I think that one is legit. I'm gonna take that one out. Now we've got the guy who died in a rugby match in 1870 something under floodlights, or Pete Rose, 1975.
Yeah, on this day. All these are on this day.
Okay.
Reds win Game 7 at Fenway Park. Pete Rose is the MVP, 1975.
Okay, because the other story is so nuts, the one about the rugby and the floodlights and the guy dying.
Yeah.
I'm almost going to go that it's true because you would probably pick that one to mess with me. Because it's so nuts. You're thinking that I would think that that's obviously the one that you've messed around with, that you've doctored somehow.
Maybe, or I could have thought that you would be thinking it's so simple that would clearly be the one that would be snuck in under. And I'm just throwing this out there, but it's November.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to say that the one with Pete Rose has also been doctored because the World Series ends in October, and we are now in November. Therefore, the Pete Rose one is bullshit.
Wow, dude. That's pretty good. That's really good.
Okay.
It's really wrong.
Oh, no.
Yes. It's Pete Rose did in 1975. I was shocked that the World Series was played this late in the year, too. Gretzky's wife did take a header from a piece of plexiglass.
I knew that one.
The first rugby match was played under floodlights, brought in his win, but nobody died.
Ah, dang. I mean,
I know.
I'm happy.
You know what sucks? Is I had something else I was going to do, but it hit me when I started reading it that in 1878, they did have floodlights apparently, but I was going to tell a joke. I didn't know if there was electricity. I was going like through my head. I was going like, wait a minute, you can't go too far with it because that stuff might not have even been around. And not only that, any sporting event that took place in the 1800s, you can make up anything and nobody is going to know. I could have been like 1870, whatever.
Yeah.
The first fisherman caught a whale and lived in his belly. And you would know.
That was going to be my instinct too, because I had no clue if electricity was around. When did electricity come around there? Was it like, I know Benjamin Franklin flew a kite, got struck by lightning. What was that?
In 1770 something.
Okay, so this happened 100 years later. Okay, so we had floodlights, I guess. That's amazing.
They had floodlights, but I don't think it's like the ones that come out when you walk up on your front of your house and they just pop on. I think they were probably really flood lights. Like, you guys, if these lights come on, we're about to get flooded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get out of the basement.
Motion detected or anything. I think it was probably.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I was wrong. I feel like I should do some sort of penalty. So next time we play this game, I'll have something here. You'll have something there that you don't want to do, like eat a hot pepper or, let your dog lick you in the mouth or bite your beard.
That. With a hot pepper in my mouth. It keeps some of the straight and narrow.
And I'll do some crazy shot or something if I'm wrong. So there's got to be a punishment involved next time.
All right, I can tell you this. Here's what wigs me out. If you want something, I'm giving it away.
Yeah.
Walmart on a Saturday morning gives me panic attacks. People with birds in their house, I don't like them. And big scoops of mayonnaise make me just want to hurt. Like when I'm at Subway and they scoop it out and they're like, "Whoa." I'm like, huh? Like I told my daughter, I was like, look, Walmart on a Saturday, a parrot and scoops of mayonnaise. And she goes, so if you walked into Walmart and there was a parrot scooping mayonnaise, your head would explode. I'm like, I would die right where I'm standing.
We will talk to you next time, buddy.
Peace be with you, my brother.
Peace. All right, we're back. Did you guess right? Yeah. It's a good segment. Love me some Reno Collier. Did you hit the share button? Don't forget, we love it when you share. In fact, I didn't do the share stare. Just going to pause it for now. But I need you to hit the share button. All right, so do that. Also, I do another podcast from time to time. I do a Heffron and Reep. We got a Hillbillies in the Holler, going to zoom in. And we got a great small town news story. All that is coming up. But real quick, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with more country-ish after this. Hey there, are you a business owner? Do you have a product that you're trying to sell? Well, maybe I could help you. I've got over 350,000 followers across all my social media, and every episode of Country-ish we do gets thousands of views. So if you have a product that you want me to try on the show or to talk about, go to countryish.com, click on sponsorship, and maybe your stuff could be right here on my stuff. If you love this podcast and you love wearing shirts, well, we got something for you. If you go to countryishpodcast.com, click on merchandise, it'll take you to my store, and we have an awesome t-shirt for you. It's a Country-ish podcast t-shirt. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Also, it's got the website on there. It's a soft tee, very soft, feels good on your skin, and it helps us keep the lights on here at the studio. So check out countryishpodcast.com, click on merchandise, get yourself a t-shirt, and know that I love you. All right, we're back. Thanks for hitting that share button. No, I do a podcast with John Heffron from time to time. It's called Heffron and Reep, and honestly, I don't know what we talked about because this is in the future. We're in the future right now. So let's see if me and John Heffron, or maybe just John Heffron, came up with a Heffron and Reep.
Were you ever an audience warm-up guy?
No.
No. So I took a job as an audience warm-up guy, and for those of you who don't know, every show that has a live audience, every TV show that has a live studio audience, they're not just sitting there quiet until they start taping. There's a comic who's an audience warm-up guy, and he or she is constantly talking. They're playing games. They're interviewing people. Like, their job is to keep the crowd hyped, so when they finally come back and start filming again, the crowd's already hyped and ready to go. So I got hired to do audience warm-up on a TV show that was called Hulk Hogan's Wrestling with Celebrities. And when you think, so you're like, wow, wrestling with celebrities. So who was there? Was Channing Tatum there? Was like The Rock? Like, no. When they say celebrity, I mean, I'm talking Todd Bridges. I'm talking Screech. Talking about your best friend in the entire world. Danny Bonaducci was on it. I know you're not surprised by that. But
how did I miss this? Did it ever make it to air?
Yeah, it did. It made it to air. It aired on country music television,
of course,
CMT.
Yeah,
and who are the other wrestlers? Dennis Rodman. We had Stallone, and when you think Stallone, you're like, oh wow, Sylvester. No, we had Frank.
Yeah.
So that was the cast. Then and other wrestlers of that ilk, other celebrities of that ilk, and so I was the audience warm up guy, and I was in a wrestling ring. The set was a wrestling set. There was a ring. There was bleachers all around, and they would watch the celebrities do their matches. But in between the matches, they'd be filming stuff, getting things ready, and that's when I would come out and do my audience warm up, which was great. I would come out and hype the match and talk wrestling and blah blah blah. And then I wanted to do this thing. I was like, I've got a friend. He's the other guy in that photo. His name's Ozzy, and he was training to become a professional wrestler. And I've done one class. I did one class. And so I did this thing where I had Ozzy in the audience, and he heckled me. And then I came back at him, and I did the whole oh, you think this is easy? Why don't you try it? And invited him into the ring. And then Ozzy came in the ring, told 2 really bad jokes that I wrote that are just horrible.
Right.
And the audience started booing him, and then he turns in frustration and hits me with the microphone. Makes a big boom. Everyone gasps, and now it's an impromptu wrestling match. And Ozzy and I started doing moves, we started doing stuff, and it ended with me going off the top rope, doing a frog splash, and landing on Ozzy. A ref who I had tipped out that we were going to do this slides into the ring, counts 1, 2, 3. The whole place explodes, and the director's actually mad at me. The director's mad at me. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, that was incredible." The director's like, "We need the audience that hype for our stuff. What are you doing? Like Dennis Rodman versus Frank Stallone is not going to get that kind of reaction."
That's hilarious.
Wow, man, that's awesome. Well, look, this next segment, people during the pandemic, they can't come in, because of COVID and stuff like that. So I've been having people Zoom in, as you know, and I saw these guys on Facebook, and I don't understand how it started, what they do exactly, but I thought I'll just ask them. So I had them Zoom into the show. Check out this interview that I had with Hillbillies in the Holler. And here they are right now, the Hillbillies in the Holler. I'm talking about Boo Boo and Biggins. What's up, boys?
Not much. I can't believe we're on here.
That's exciting.
Wow.
It's hey, same here. Just talking to you guys because I follow you on the Facebook. I follow the Holler. I see what's going on. But for people who don't know, Hillbillies in the Holler, what would you tell them? If you had to describe what it is you guys do, what would you say?
We just started telling stories. Yeah, we just started telling stories. People started filming it, and it grew from there.
Where are you zooming in from today?
Boogertown.
Boogertown. Now, is that next to Mucusville?
That's in Sevier County. That's between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg.
Oh, gotcha.
Smoky Mountains.
It's beautiful up there.
Thank you. We're thinking about keeping it.
I like what you've done with the place.
We try.
So how this whole thing get started for you guys?
Well, we just we just started filming things, cutting up, carrying on. People said, "Well, share that, text that to us." It got on, and of course, hanging around all the guys. Right. There's a bunch of us. We just started doing more, and truthfully, we didn't think much about it till we started getting messages from people all across the country. It was just passing around, so we created this Facebook page. Best we can. We don't know what we're doing. We're pleading with somebody out there help us. We don't know what we're doing. But it just kind of grew from there.
Well, I think you're doing something, Ryan. You've got almost 250,000 followers on Facebook, right?
That's what they say, and we keep getting emails wanting us to buy ads, and we don't know how. We tried, we didn't even know how to do that. Credit card kept getting canceled.
Well, that does happen. I mean, after you start getting a certain amount, like there'll be these fake people trying to get you to, go with their ad company or something. And it's,
Well, fortunately, we've not had any money to do that, so we haven't messed up there.
Well, good. What? So now, do you guys sing and you tell stories?
We sing.
Where did it start?
Stories.
I mean, what came first, the storytelling and the singing, or what?
Well, Biggins here got a cannon of a voice.
For me, I sang around in a lot of places and bars and stuff, and then I just tell stories of what happened yesterday.
Right.
If you drink like I do and you're a happy idiot to begin with, you got a lot of funny stuff to talk about. So, and I have a very abusive wife, Maldine on there, the little bitty short one. So that makes for a story. The little woman beating on the big guy all the time.
She's going to watch this.
Is she?
Yeah.
You said she was.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
So I was watching some of your YouTube or Facebook videos, right? And I've been to Gatlinburg. I've been to Pigeon Forge. It's been a while, but it's really beautiful up there. Dollywood is in that area, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, and I've seen, and I don't know if you guys have anything to do with this, or if you guys have crossed paths with these guys, but there's like a redneck comedy barn. Then there's like this redneck tour bus type deal.
That's us.
Our boss Ross has the Redneck Comedy Bus out of Nashville. Been doing it successfully for 15 years, and I guess they saw us on the internet and everything, and we partnered up, and we love working for Boss Ross at Richmond Ross, and we've been doing 2 tours. We're up to 3 buses now. We got 3 buses coming in, and we're staying packed full. It's a fun 2-hour tour up into the Smoky Mountains. We stop off Old Smoky Moonshine, and we go around and look at Big Mount LeConte, and 2 hours of hilarity, and we're just laughing all the way up and down the mountain.
Wow. So if I wanted to book that tour, would
I'd pay for your ticket.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But for someone else who doesn't know you, would they just go to a website or the Facebook page?
They go to theredneckbus.com.
Okay.
theredneckbus.com.
And then what do you guys do on the bus?
That's what I got jingled about. I was proud of you. If he seen all them practice videos, you trying to say that?
Well, I messed it up 2 days.
I saw one video of Biggins where you're just laughing the whole time.
I get tickled a lot. We have what does Buford call it? My inappropriate giggle. My mind runs all the time, and when people say something and they find nothing funny about it, I can laugh so hard. The way my mind works, it's something that's just hilarious to me, and I can't help it.
More than likely, it's inappropriate.
Right. Well, that's yeah. Well, laughter. I mean, it's it makes other people feel good, right? It makes you feel good. But sometimes, if they knew what you was laughing at, that probably wouldn't make them feel too good.
Now that's a good point, right there.
Or let me guess.
Call that a career killer.
You guys kind of remind me. See, I grew up. I'm almost 50. I'm 49, and I grew up on the tail end of watching Hee Haw. Like my dad loved it when he was a kid. I think it was one of the longest running variety shows of all time. That's the
biggest compliment we get is people say, you remind us so much of Hee Haw.
Yeah.
And we do. We feel good that we've had people say, I can leave the room with my kids or grandkids in there and not worry about what's going to go on. It's just good, clean fun. Yeah. And we loved Hee Haw. We grew up just loving Hee Haw, and that's a big inspiration for what we do.
Yeah, I could see that. Let me ask you a hypothetical question. Best Hee Haw character of all time. I'll give you multiple choice. Grandpa Jones, Junior Samples, String Bean, Minnie Pearl.
Man, that's a tough. Junior Samples is my absolute favorite. But man, String Bean is a close. I mean,
yeah, String Bean.
String Bean was just a character. He was a character on there. But Junior Samples was my man because I dabble in making hand sanitizer myself, and that's what he did. and then the comedy and all. So it's
hand sanitizer.
Yes,
love
sir.
it.
Don't you remember I said sanitize from the inside out? So
Yeah.
I've been working on the formula for that.
And we're working on something else. They're soaking pickles in that stuff up there in Gatlinburg. You can get a jar full of pickles soaked in moonshine or cherries.
Yeah.
We're soaking prunes.
Really?
Prune shine.
Prune shine. Oh, I love that. I bet that keeps you regular too.
Well, it won't kill the cough, but it'll make you scared to go through with it.
It's guaranteed to scare your colon to death.
Man, I like me some good moonshine. If I were to do that Redneck Bus tour, do you guys have that on the bus? Is that part of the deal?
I got you. For you.
No, I mean like in general. I mean, I can bring my own, but like in general, is that something that comes with the tour?
Yes, sir. We stop at Old Smoky Moonshine and we let them go in there and sample, and then they get a discount. They don't have to pay to sample. You get a discount on everything, whatever you buy, and then it is considered a limousine. So the man driving has a chauffeur license, so you can drink on the bus.
Well, I love it. I love a good loophole.
Right.
Loophole.
Also, you guys kind of remind me, I was watching some of the other videos when I was a kid. So I grew up basically Southern Baptist. My mom, my dad, we went to church, and my brother, Sunday morning, Sunday night, on Wednesday night supper. We did the whole thing. I was big in the youth group. But I remember watching in the mornings before we would go to church, my mom would put on this show, and I don't think it exists anymore. It was called Sunday Morning Gospel Jubilee. Have you heard of this?
Yes. Jubilee.
Yeah.
I'm going to that happy Jubilee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to sing it with me? Let's do it.
Yeah, we know it.
I'll start it off. You ready? Jubilee. Jubilee. It's a Sunday morning gospel jubilee. Jubilee. I love it, dude.
He knows it. Well, you're from Hickory, aren't you?
Hickory, yes.
Yeah.
You got to do the head.
Yeah.
You got to do the head.
Shake a tree and the quartet falls out.
Yeah, I was looking that up on YouTube the other day, and I just remember that you cannot be in a bad mood once you've heard the Jubilee song.
Oh, I know. And we know some of those people, or knew some of those people. A bunch of the boys here in the Holler, we love doing some quartet where the bass goes low, tenor goes high, and songs like You Are My Sunshine, and Hee Haw songs, and gospel songs, and country songs, bluegrass songs, just fun songs.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. You guys have to be fans of the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's say that you're on a boat, and the boat is going down, and you can only save one person. And here are the three people that you get to choose from. George Lindsay, Jim Neighbors, or Ernest T. Bass. Who you saving?
I'm saving Ernest T. Bass.
Hey, Ernest has been through a lot. He's more our people.
We feel it.
Yeah, I like. It's a tough question for me. I think you're right. I think I would go with Ernest T. He made me laugh the hardest. You know, when he would come into a scene, he'd just steal the scene, and it was all about him. And then
that face he'd make, hold that rock out there.
Old Man Kelsey's River, Old Man Kelsey's Ocean.
How do you do, Mrs. Wiley?
Remember when he was going to fight? Barney? And they was going to have a fist fight. He kept running around him like this, saying, Barney, I'm fixing to lay it on you.
I appreciate you doing this. I look forward to getting to know you more and doing more stuff. Before we wrap it up, where can people find you? If you want people to find the stuff that you do, what's the best place?
Well, Hillbillies in the Holler, and we've got a website, hillbilliesintheholler.us.
Oh.
That's Hillbillies, I-E-S, Holler, L-E-R.us. And they can find us at theredneckbus.com. We're comedians on theredneckbus.com, and it's 2-3 tours a day going out of Pigeon Forge into Gatlinburg, and they'll get Boo Boo. We get Biggins or Buford.
Yep.
We got Buford, and we've got all kinds of hillbillies.
Awesome. All right, guys, I appreciate you. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, sir.
All right, follow the holler, everybody. Whee!
Follow the holler!
Take another look and tell me that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for staying with us, and thanks for hitting that share button. I think it's time we move on to our final segment, dare I say the anchor of the show. You know, there's a lot of negative news out there in the real world, a lot of negative politics, you know, a lot of negative pandemic talks with COVIDs and all kinds of stuff. We're going to ignore it all. It's a segment that can be described by Justin Clyde Williams.
We're just small town dudes with small town news, breaking stories of crimes committed you never do. Mind your P's and Q's or they'll cover you. The town may be small, but the news is huge.
All right, man. It's been a minute since we have left the country for a small town news story.
We are leaving the country.
We're going to go to New Zealand. There's a city in New Zealand called, well, the name threw me off at first. It's called Christchurch. That's the name of the town.
Ah.
Okay. So in Christchurch, New Zealand, they are officially firing their wizard. They're taking him off the payroll after 2 decades. Right out the gate.
I have questions already.
That's the picture.
That's the wizard?
That's the wizard. They were paying this man for wizard duties for 20 years or so. Let me read you a little bit of this story, and I also have a video that could go with this a little bit. Christchurch, New Zealand is parting ways with its official city wizard after more than 2 decades. His offensive remarks about women and the local government's new tourism strategy reportedly spelled his doom. His name is Ian Brackberry Chanel or Channel. I'm going to go Chanel because it sounds fancy. He's known as the Wizard of New Zealand, apparently even on official documents like his passport. He's been on the Christchurch City's Council's payroll since 1998, receiving an annual salary of $16,000. That's $11,000 US to provide acts of wizardry and other wizard-like services as part of promotional work for the city's tourism or whatever. Yeah, but the job title will soon become gone, like many wizards before him, a thing of legend. That's what it is. The council has met with the wizard and sent him a letter thanking him for his services to Christchurch over the past decades and informing him that we are bringing our formal contractual arrangement to a close. The council's assistant chief executive said. She said the final payment will be made in December. The decision was a difficult one, according to McClelland. She explained that Christchurch's promotional landscape is changing to increasingly reflect our diverse communities and showcase a vibrant, diverse, modern city that is attractive to residents, domestic and international visitors, new businesses, and skilled migrant workers. That may not have been the only reason, though. Citing controversial comments Chanel made back in April. This is what got him fired right here. Okay, even wizards are getting canceled. You know, cancel culture's coming after Gryffindor or Merlin or what's another one? Dumbledore. Yeah. Here's what he wrote. I guess he tweeted this or something. He said, "I love women."
Me too.
So here we go. Right out the gate, I'm thinking, where are we going with this? I love women. I forgive them all the time. I've never struck one yet. Never strike a woman because they bruise too easily is the first thing. And they'll tell the neighbors and their friends. And then you're in big trouble. He said at a screening of a current affairs show in New Zealand. So he said this live.
He said I've never heard that.
Because they bruise too easy.
And they talk, and that's newsflash. Women talk? Right. That's big news.
I feel like if you're a good wizard, you could just cast a spell.
Right. Or you get some makeup and put it on.
Yeah, you can fix them. you can make them not talk, right?
Yeah, fingers grow back and stuff. Don't the wizard?
Yeah, just make a potion and silence powder or something.
Oh my gosh!
So apparently,
I wasn't expecting that.
You're thinking, well, why does New Zealand even have a wizard to begin with?
With the town named Christchurch, which is strictly against religion. Yes, we're against wizards.
So there's a video. So he's got a website, and this video was made of him. About him. It was a local news station. Apparently, you know how we get you could get like a Medal of Freedom by the military or something like that. So over there, New Zealand, they have a version of that. And this kind of explains why he became a wizard to begin with. Let's just watch this.
Wizard was somewhat amazed to get the phone call telling him about.
You might have to rewind it there, Alan, because I think I talked over the beginning.
Returning to the Queen's Birthday Honours list now, and among those awarded a QSM today is a long-time identity, activist and supernaturalist, the wizard. Juliet Speedy caught up with the man beneath the pointy hat.
The mostly unconventional wizard was somewhat amazed to get the phone call telling him about his conventional QSM.
Absolutely flabbergasted.
It's called the Queen's Service Medal. He won one.
No idea that anyone took any interest in what I was doing at all, apart from the ordinary folks in the street.
He thinks it's probably a world first and last.
I think it would be quite a remarkable event in the history of the world that a wizard should get a QSM. I mean, this is good stuff.
He looks like
the last time the wizard made headlines, it was after he lost his house and all his possessions in a fire a few years back.
So it was a really hard time about 5 years ago, and I haven't really recovered from that. I'm still there, but it means that I've had to start again.
Okay, pause it real quick. So what I'm gathering from this story is he's a guy who goes out into the town square, pretends to be a wizard.
Yeah.
And people kind of think it's funny or interesting, and he goes out there and maybe he tells funny stories and casts funny spells, and kids take their pictures with him, and his house burned down. So he's basically a homeless guy who dresses up like a wizard and goes out there and people take pictures with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in on the joke. You know what I mean? Yeah. Does he think he's a wizard?
Well, he was reading a wizard book.
He was. Okay, let's continue.
The former academic born in London first rose to fame in New Zealand as a regular soapbox orator in Cathedral Square. The colourful man, famous for his ladder, constant battles with bureaucracy and views as pointed as his hat, quickly became a Christchurch fixture and a must-see tourist attraction. Derided by some,
this will give
worshipped by many, and never failing to tell the world his views on it.
Jim Hanson destroyed the Labour Party.
He poured cold water on any naysayers with a rain dance he did in 1993, ending, he claimed, a serious water shortage in Australia's Tamworth. He's also been recognised as a living work of art. Now dividing his time between Christchurch and Oamaru, he hopes this award might throw up a few more opportunities.
Everything I used to do has been stopped. The events team for the City Council doesn't use me anymore as they used to.
The fire destroyed every wizard gun he owned, but now he's got the Queen's Service Medal. He's just had a brand new one made to pin it to. Juliet Speedy.
Well, and then he went and talked about how women bruise too easily when you hit them, and that's why he's not doing it. Yeah, so he's a weird dude. I feel like, go with me on this analogy.
Okay.
You know, in certain high schools, they'll find a kid who maybe is downtrodden, might have Asperger's or Down syndrome, you know, and to make him feel good, they let him be the prom king.
Yeah.
And they award him that. Now, I think this is the New Zealand's version of that. Like, they found this dude who goes out and does weird, funny things, and they go like, you're going to be the wizard. He's like, I'm a wizard. And so he dresses up like a wizard, and his house burnt down. And then he went and talked about beating women. Yeah. So isn't that weird? I think I read here that they were the only country to even have an official wizard. Like, they made it official with documents and everything. Like, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Very interesting. He does look like a good wizard, though.
Yeah, he does. I hope...
is this any crazier than Santa Claus walking around all the time in the mall? Right. Really? I mean, we don't look at this like, why would they do this? But look at us.
Yeah. I think the difference is it's not official. We do have Christmas.
We're tracking him. Google's tracking him this year. Am I wrong? Did you look last year?
Yeah.
I thought it's tracking him.
Okay. I'm just trying to think. Do we have like an official government document that says you? Well, okay. Spoiler alert. Oh, I hate that I'm going to do this. There's a lot of Santas. You know what I mean? This is one wizard.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like when you go to, okay, so here's how I found out that there were many Santas.
Wait, there's not one.
I'm sorry, Isaiah. I take it back. There's just one. He's in the North Pole. Well, when I was a kid, Mom was going to take me to the mall to get my picture made with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And there were 2 malls, and there were 2 Santas. And I was like, wait a minute. How did he get from the Catawba Mall to the Valley Hills Mall in that short amount of time? And he looks different. So I started putting it together. Santa Claus hires local guys to pretend to be him just so he can, and then they give him the message, right?
And that's what he done.
So maybe he's the...
Right? He's done the same thing. He hired Harry Potter and and all the wizards.
So I can still believe in Santa.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I wonder if his hat talks, like in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Slytherin, Gryffindor. Yeah. Odd dude. Well, thoughts and prayers, wizard. Thoughts and prayers. Don't go beating women. That's. I think that's the lesson we learned from this.
Well, abracadabra,
This too shall not pass. All right, New Zealand Christchurch.
The town may be small, but the
news is huge. All righty then. What a fun little episode we did today. I hope everyone, I am actually in Tennessee right now. And I did Zanies last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tuesday, now I'm hanging out in Nashville with Dusty Slay, Reno Collier, Steve Byrne, Nate Bargatze, maybe Theo Vaughn. I've reached out to him, so I'm trying to get on other people's podcasts. But I have other tour dates coming up. My next gig will be in Virginia Beach, Virginia at the Funny Bone. Come see me there. And then where else will I be? Annapolis, Maryland. And Des Moines, Iowa. Tons of stuff coming up. Go to countryish.com, click on tour dates. Any final thoughts, guys?
Going back to the Kid Rock video,
yes.
You were wondering who was the singer with Kid Rock?
The white Jason Momoa.
Yeah. His name's...
Momoa or Momoa?
Momoa,
okay.
I think. His name's John Harvey.
Oh.
And the band that is in the video is called Monster Truck.
Oh, I've never heard of those guys.
I haven't either.
Oh, I'll have to look them up next. All right. Well, thank you, intern Isaiah. Thank you, The Alan Jackson. Thank you, Sebastian. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bicycle.
Life on the farm is kind of laid back, but I wouldn't know that I'm from a cul-de-sac. Don't chew tobacco and I don't smoke crack. Thank God I'm country-ish. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm, but I do know a guy with only one arm. Keep your fancy smartphones and your self-parked cars. Thank God I'm country-ish. Well, I got a podcast that'll make you giggle. It ain't number one, it's right in the middle. My town's not big, but it ain't too little. It's time for country-ish. Go on, dude.
Hey, everybody, it's me again. I just want to say thank you for listening or watching this podcast. We couldn't do this without supporters like you. Oh, wait, are you not a supporter? Well, you could be. It's real simple. Go to countryishpodcast.com. Click on the word support. That will take you to our Patreon page. That's our support page. And from there, you can support us many different ways. There's different levels. You got $5 and up. You got Pewter Pro, Rhinestone level, Executive Zirconia, all the way up to Platinum Elite, and all of them come with different rewards. We're talking hats, t-shirts, ginger beard masks, even be a guest on the show. You got to check out our Patreon page. Go to countryishpodcast.com, click on support, and thank you. What was it? You hit the wrong button one time.
Yeah, I did hit the wrong button.
Do you have the
Yeah, I have it.
sound effects machine ready?
Well, what it was,
I like
was
applause.
right beside the laugh button, and I clicked it, and I was like, oh, shit, that's...
Play for him what you accidentally played after I told a joke. Like it got hit over the head. I told a joke, waiting for a laugh, and I got this. Like it didn't work.